Hello friends, today we discuss about examples based on prism. Now we know the prism formula I plus E is equals to E plus del. We also know N is equals to sine A plus del M by 2 upon A by 2, right? Yesterday we proved that N is equals to sine A plus del M by 2 upon sine A by 2. Or we can also say that here our first medium is air, so we take N1 is equals to 1 and N2 is equals to N. But here if the first medium is not air, then we can say that N21 is equals to sine A plus del M by 2 upon sine A by 2, right? I repeat, N21 is equals to sine A plus del M by 2 upon sine A by 2. And our last formula is del M is equals to A into N minus 1, or we can say del M is equals to A into N21 minus 1, right? Yesterday I already said you have to remember this formula. Once again I repeat, I plus E is equals to A plus del N21 is equals to sine A plus del M by 2 upon sine A by 2, and del M is equals to A into N21 minus 1, right? Now we discuss about example number 6. A prism is made of glass of unknown refractive index. A parallel beam of light is incident on a face of prism. The angle of minimum deviation is measured to be 40 degree. So del M minimum deviation 40. What is the refractive index of the material of the prism? So we have to find out the refractive index of prism, right? So we have to find out N. The refractive angle of prism is 60 degree. So here A is equals to 60 prism angle. If the prism is placed in water, refractive index of water 1.33, then predict the new angle of minimum deviation of a parallel beam of light, right? So if we place prism in water, then we have to find out the minimum deviation. But first of all we have to find out the refractive index of the material of prism, right? So our given data is here. We can say that minimum deviation which is del M, so del M is equals to 40 degree and prism angle A is equals to 60 degree. We have to find out the refractive index of material of prism, right? So we know the formula N is equals to sine A plus del M by 2 upon sine A by 2, right? Here first medium is air, so we cannot we don't write the value of refractive index of air. N21 is equals to N because we know N1 is equals to 1, right? So N is equals to sine value of A 60 plus del M 40 by 2 upon sine A 60 by 2. So here 60 plus 40 100 by 2, so 50. So sine 50 degree upon sine 60 by 2, so sine 30. We can easily find out the value of sine 50 and sine 30 from the natural sine, right? Value of sine 50 is 0.7660 and we know sine 31 by 2 0.5, right? So N is equals to 1.532, right? So we can say that the refractive index of material of prism is N is equals to 1.532, right? Now here see this, if the prism is placed in water, refractive index 1.33, then predict the new angle of minimum deviation. Now our medium is water, right? We placed prism in water, right? So our first medium is water and second prism, right? So we can write that when prism is placed in water, then our first medium is water, so we can write that n1 is equals to 1.33, and n2 prism, we know the refractive index 1.532, right? We know the value of prism angle 60. We have to find out minimum deviation del m. So again we use this formula, n is equals to sin a plus del m by 2 upon sin a by 2, but instead of m we have to write n to 1, right? Because here first medium is not air, here first medium is water, right? So we can write that n to 1 is equals to n2 upon n1 is equals to sin a plus del m by 2 upon sin a by 2, right? We know the value of n2. n2 is 1.532 upon n1 water 1.33. Sin value of a prism angle is 60 plus del m by 2 upon sin a by 2, so 60 by 2. So 1.532 upon 1.33 is equals to sin, here we divided 60 and del m by 2, right? So 60 degree by 2 plus del m by 2, and here sin 60 by 2 sin 30. So we can write that 1.532 upon 1.33 is equals to sin 60 by 2, so 30 plus del m by 2 upon value of sin 30 is 0.5, right? Because sin 30 1 by 2. So we can write that 1.532 upon 1.33 is equals to sin 30 plus del m by 2 upon sin 30, or we can say 0.5, right? So here 1.532 upon 1.33 is equals to sin 30 plus del m by 2 upon value of sin 30 is 0.5. We have to find out minimum deviation del m, so here we formulate sin 30 plus del m by 2, so 0.5 goes to left hand side, so sin 30 plus del m by 2 is equals to 1.532 upon 1.33 into 0.5. So sin 30 plus del m by 2 is equals to 0.5759, right? Now we have to find out del m, so here sin goes to right hand side, so sin inverse, so 30 plus del m by 2 is equals to sin inverse 0.5759. So you can find out for the natural sine, right? We already studied this. So 30 degree plus del m by 2 is equals to sin inverse 0.5759, which is 35 degree and 10 minute. We have to find out del m, so del m by 2 is equals to 35 degree 10 minute. Here 30 degree goes to right hand side, so minus 30 degree, right? So del m by 2 is equals to 35 minus 30, so 5 degree 10 minute. We have to find out del m, so del m is equals to 2 into 5 degree 10 minute, so 10 into 2 20 and 5 into 2 10, so del m is equals to 10 degree 20 minute. So the minimum deviation is 10 degree 20 minute, right? So here this is important, sum for your examination, and very easy sum. You have to find out the refractive index of the material of prism and the minimum deviation angle. So we know the formula, n is equals to sin A plus del m by 2 upon sin A by 2. Right, here our first medium is air, right? So we can say n2 1 is equals to n2 upon n1. n2 is n. We don't write value of n1 because we know that n1 is equals to 1, right? So our first medium is air, so n is equals to sin A plus del m by 2 upon sin A by 2. But if the medium is other than air, so water, etc., so you have to say n21 is equals to n2 upon n1 is equals to sin A plus del m by 2 upon sin A by 2, right? Then you have to put all the values, then you get the answer, right? Okay, now we move to our next example. Now example number 22. At what angle should a ray of light be incident on a face of a prism of refracting angle of 60 degree so that it just suffers total internal reflection at the other face? The refractive index of the material of prism is 1.524. So here in this example we have to find out what angle should a ray of light be incident. So we have to find out the angle of incident. So we have to find value of I. We know refractive angle of prism A is equals to 60 degree, so that it just suffers a total internal reflection. So here in this case total internal reflection takes place, right? We know about total internal reflection, the ray of light reflected in the same medium, right? So we can say that total internal reflection occurs. The refractive index of material of prism, so here n is equals to 1.524. So here consider this is our prism. Now this is incident ray. Say this is prism A, B, C, P, Q, right? Now here a ray of light from air to the prism, so here refraction takes place and the ray passes like this QR, right? Okay, now here total internal reflection occurs. So here the ray reflected in the same medium, so here our angle of refraction, this angle is R1, and here this angle is R2, right? This is our angle of incident I, right? So here we have to find out the angle of incident I. We know the prism angle, this prism angle is 60 degree, right? We know the value of refractive index of material of the prism. So we know that when the angle of incident is greater than the critical angle, then total internal reflection takes place. So we can say that when R2 is equals to critical angle IC, then we can say that reflection takes place. I say total internal reflection takes place, right? So here we can say that R2 is equals to IC, right? We have to find out the angle of incidence. So here at point Q we apply the Snell's law. N1 sin theta 1 is equals to N2 sin theta 2. So theta 1 is I and theta 2 is R1. So we can say that N1 sin I is equals to N2 sin R1. So to find out I, we have to find out value of R1. So to find out the value of R1, we know the formula R1 plus R2 is equals to A, right? So first of all, to find out I, we have to find R1, and to find out R1 we have to find value of R2, because R1 plus R2 is equals to A. So here R2 is equals to IC, and we already studied that sin IC is equals to 1 by n, right? So we know that sin IC is equals to 1 upon n. So 1 upon value of n is 1.524. So here sin IC is equals to 0.6542. So we can say that IC is equals to sin inverse 0.6542. So 41 degree around. So we can get IC is equals to R2 is equals to 41 degree, right? Now we have to find out R1, and we know the formula R1 plus R2 is equals to A. So but R1 plus R2 is equals to A. So R1 is equals to A minus R2. So 60 minus value of R2 is 41. So R1 is equals to 19 degree, right? Now we have to find out the angle of incidence. So here we apply Snell's law at point Q, right? So we can say that here at point Q, by applying Snell's law, we can write that here n1 sin I is equals to n2 sin R1, right? n1 sin I is equals to n1 sin I is equals to n2 sin R1, right? So here n1, our first medium is air, right? So here we can write that our first medium is air. So n1 is equals to 1 and n2 is equals to 1.524, right? So here value of n1 is 1. So sin I we have to find out value of n2 1.524 into sin value of R1 19 degree. So 1.524 into sin 19 0.3256 sin I. So 1.524 into 0.3256 is 0.4962, right? We have to find out value of I. So I is equals to sin inverse 0.4962, right, which is around 29.75 degree, or around we can say 30 degree, right? So we can say angle of incidence I is equals to 30 degree, right? So this is very easy example, right? You have to find out the value of angle of incidence, right? For this, here this is our given data. Here to find out I we have to find out R1, and to find out R1 we have to find R2. So we know the concept of total internal reflection, right? So R2 is equals to critical angle IC. Now we know that sin IC 1 by n, we know value of n, right? You can write n or n2, right? So n2 or n. So sin IC, then IC we can find out 41 degree. Then to find out R1, R1 plus R2 is equals to A. So R1 A minus R2. And then we apply Snell's law, n1 sin theta 1 is equals to n2 sin theta 2, right? Okay, now we move forward to our next example. Now example number 32, right? Figure shows the equiconvex lines of refractive index 1.50. So here refractive index of lens is 1.5 or 1.50 in contact with a liquid layer on a top of a plane mirror. right? See here, this figure, this is plane mirror, right? And here this is the equiconvex lens. Here this convex lens is in contact with the liquid, you can see this, right? Now a small needle with its tip on the principal axis is moved along the axis until its inverted image is found to be position of the needle. So here at this point you place a needle. So here we place a needle and we get an image of a needle at same point P, right? So here this point P and this point is also P dash. So here object and we get here image. How the image created? Here in this figure already shows the how to obtain the image. So here this is the object, this is the first ray from the object like this, right? And after incident on a plane mirror, it reflect like this. The second ray is like this, and after refraction you can see that it is parallel to the first ray, right? And we know that if the rays are parallel and the parallel rays are meet at the principal focus, right? So here at this principal focus image will be created, right? So here the object distance is same as the principal focus, but here this image is due to the plane mirror, liquid and the lens. So here this is our focal length of combination, right? See, a small needle with its tip on the principal axis is moved along the axis until inverted image is found at the position of the needle at same place. The distance of needle from lens is measured to be 45 degree, right? So here the object distance is 45, and already I said that here at this object distance image is created. So here the rays are parallel, so we know that parallel rays are meet at the principal focus. So this 45 centimeter is principal focus, but this is due to the lens and the plane mirror and liquid, right? So this is our focal length of the combination, right? So we can write our given data: focal length of combination is equals to F is equals to 45 centimeter. Now the liquid is removed and the experiment is repeated. Now we remove the liquid, so experiment is done without a liquid. Then the new distance is measured to be 30 centimeter. So here when the liquid is removed, we get image at distance of 30 centimeter. So once again these rays are parallel, you can see that if the rays are parallel then it meets at a principal focus, but here this is the principal focus without a liquid, right? So here we can say this is the focus of our lens, because if there is no liquid then image occurs due to the lens. So we can say that focal length of convex lens is equals to f1 is equals to 30 centimeter, and convex lens we know focal length is positive, right? Okay, now we don't know the focal length of lens in liquid, right? So we have to find this. So focal length of lens of liquid, f2, we don't need the value. So what is the refractive index of liquid? So we have to find out refractive index of liquid. So we have to find out refractive index of liquid. We know the refractive index of lens is 1.50, right, given here, right, 1.50. Now here focal length is known, we have to find out refractive index. So we know that we have to use the lens maker's formula. We know the formula 1 by f is equals to n2 minus n1 upon n1 into 1 upon r1 minus 1 upon r2. But we have to find out a refractive index of lens, but when liquid is removed. So first of all we have to find out focal length of lens of the liquid, right? So to find out the value of f2, we know the formula 1 by f is equals to 1 by f1 plus 1 by f2. So we have to find out f2. So 1 by f2 is equals to 1 by f2 is equals to 1 by f minus 1 upon f1. So 1 upon value of f is 45 minus 1 upon value of f1 is 30. So we have to take the LCM of 45 and 30. So LCM is 90. So 45 into 290. So here 2 minus 30 into 390. So 2 minus 3, which is minus 1, right? So 1 by f2 is equals to minus 1 by 90. So 1 by f2 is equals to minus 1 by 90. So f2 is equals to minus 90 centimeter, right? Now we know the formula. We have to use the lens maker's formula. We know the value of f2 now, right? So 1 by f is equals to n2 minus n1 upon n1 into 1 upon r1 minus 1 upon r2, right? So we have to find out the radius of curvature, right? So to find out the radius of curvature, we use lens maker's formula, right? But we can calculate the radius of curvature with the help of the liquid, right? Because we know that when there is liquid, then the focal length is, with liquid focal length is given, focal length of convex lens is 30 centimeter, right? So we know the focal length of the lens, convex lens, 30 centimeter. We know our first medium is air, second medium is medium of convex lens, right? And there are two radius of curvature of the lens, right? We take r1 positive and r2 negative, right? So for glass lens, r1 is equals to r and r2 is equals to minus r, because we know that the lens is like this, right? So r1 like this, so we have to take positive r1, and r2 is like this, left hand side, right? Now we know here the focal length of lens, convex lens, is 30 centimeter, right? So we can use 1 by f1 is equals to n2 minus n1 upon n1 into 1 upon r1 minus 1 upon r2. So 1 upon value of f1 30, n2 refractive index of lens minus first medium air upon 1 upon value of r1 r minus 1 upon value of r2 minus r. So here minus minus plus, so 1 by 30 is equals to here 0.5 into 1 upon r plus 1 upon r. So 1 by 30 is equals to here 0.5 into 2 by r. We have to find out r, so we can get r is equals to 30 centimeter, right? Okay, so now we know the radius of curvature of lens is 30 centimeter, right? Now we can easily find out the refractive index of liquid, right? Because we know focal length of lens of liquid here is f2, and we know the f2 minus 90 centimeter. We have to find out refractive index of liquid, right? And when there is liquid, we get an image due to the lens and the plane mirror. So here our first radius of curvature is r1 is equals to r30, but here see this due to this surface, right? So we know that this is on the left hand side, so we have to take r1 is equals to minus 30, and r2 radius of curvature of plane mirror. We know radius of curvature of plane mirror is infinite, right? So now we use the lens maker's formula for lens of liquid, right? So for lens of liquid, f2 is equals to minus 90, r1 is equals to minus 30 because on left hand side, right? Already discussed this. This is r1 due to the left hand side, you can see here, right? And r2 is equals to infinite because we know that for plane mirror radius of curvature is infinite. So we know the formula, 1 by f2 is equals to n2 minus n1 upon n1 into 1 upon r1 minus 1 upon r2. So 1 upon f2 minus 90, n2 we have to find out, n1 1 upon 1 upon value of r1 minus 30 minus 1 upon infinite. We know 1 by infinite 0, so we get minus 1 by 90 is equals to n2 minus 1 into minus 1 by 30. Okay. So minus 1 by 90 minus 1 upon 90 is equals to n2 minus 1 into minus 1 by 30. Here we know 1 by infinite 0, then we don't consider it. Now here say minus minus cancel, so 1 by 90 is equals to n2 minus 1 into 1 by 30. We know that 30 into 390, so 1 by 3 is equals to n2 minus 1. So n2 is equals to 1 plus 1 by 3. So we have to take 3 LCM, 3 plus 1, so 4 by 3 or 1.33. So n2 is equals to 1.33. So we can write that the refractive index of liquid, the refractive index of liquid is 1.33. So the liquid is water, so the liquid is water, right? So this is very easy example. We have to use the lens maker's formula, right? So to find out the refractive index of liquid, we have to find out the refractive index of length, we have to find out focal length of lens of liquid f2. For that we use the combination of lens formula, 1 by f is equals to 1 by f1 plus 1 by f2, right? So with the help of this we can find out the value of f2. To find out the radius of curvature for lens, we use the lens maker's formula. We know that for this surface r1 and this r2, right? Now our first medium is air, second medium is glass, so we can find out the value of r, and at last For length of liquid we know the focal length, radius of curvature, but here the radius of curvature of this surface r1, this is on left hand side, right? So we have to take r1 negative, and r2 is equals to infinite, because we know that for plane mirror r2 is equals to infinite, right? So again we use Lensmaker's formula and put the value of f2, r1 and r2, then we can easily get the refractive index of liquid 1.33. so we can say that the liquid is water. Okay, thank you.